make this world better, where everybody
Media
can
team,
live
we are
with
ready
dignity
to
and
start.
abundance.
Wonderful. Okay, can everyone hear me?
Yes, Charlene, we can hear you. Good evening.
Wonderful. Okay. Good evening, dear fellows. You're most welcome to this wonderful roundtable series for the month of July. Thank you very much for logging on early. Thank you for keeping time and showing up to this session. I'll do a quick introduction. I'm Charlene Kabajungu, and I'm a program associate at IDEV Africa, and I'm very excited to do a quick introduction for this session. So quickly to delve in, this session is going to be a very exciting one. I'm excited because it focuses on SDG 8, which talks about decent work and economic growth. And that's an important discussion in this day and time. So I'm really excited for what moderator has prepared for us, and I'm looking forward to learning. I hope you're also excited. I hope you're also ready to learn and share your different experiences from your different workspaces. Without further ado, I'll take this opportunity to call upon our head of programs and operation, Miss Yetunde. Please take over the floor and share with us some opening remarks. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Charlene. Thank you. And it's nice to have you all here this evening once again. And yes, just as I always say, I'm always happy to have this section because yes, we all learn from each other from this section. All right, my name is Yetunde Unite, and I am the head of programs and operation in ADF Africa. It's nice to meet you all. And I want you to all engage, participate in this section. As you know, how we always do it. We have questions that we have prepared where we ask those questions, and there is a lot of engagement. So participate where it is needed for you to participate. And this is going to be a very interesting one, just as we do have it. So thank you everyone for joining. And please, if your friends and other people that I think that should be here are not here, please tell them that we are live and we are about to start. Thank you so much. And yes, do enjoy today's section of the Roundtable series of July. Thank you. I'd like to hand over to Tari. Okay, Charlene.
Hi, I'm trying to get in touch with Tari.
Okay, let's continue then. All right, let's just keep this going. Okay, just to know, as you know, we always do this. Yes, so I love to know where you're from. Just as I've introduced myself, I'm Yetunde Tonight, and I'm from Nigeria. Yeah. So how are you doing? I'm fantastically fine. I'm doing good. I want to know how you're doing, and I want to know where you're joining us from. So you can just introduce yourself on the chat box, tell us your name, tell us where you're joining us from, and how you're doing over there. So let's keep that coming. Let's get to know each other. As I've been saying, familiar faces already. Yes, the faces that have always been joining us every month for this section. And yes, I want to assure you that today's section is also an interesting one. So let's keep that coming. Yes. All right. Thank you, Adero. All right. Keep it coming. Keep it coming. Yes, that's interesting. Yes, let's know much about each other. Oh, thank you. Someone is saying they miss me already. Oh, I missed you too. I've always been in this corner, just on a low level. Yes. Back. It's good to be back. And yeah, I miss you all. And yes, we are here again. So let's keep it coming. Let's share our name, where we're joining from, and how we are doing in our different location right now. All right. Okay, keep it coming. Keep it coming. That's interesting. Okay. Wow. Good. Beautiful. 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 I've seen some familiar faces already. So of course, people that we have always been discussing on this SDG Roundtable series with interesting and fantastic topics, which are awesome. Okay, before we actually dive in, I just want to ask us a question, a very seamless question. Right now, we know that digital innovation is everywhere. And I mean, that is what we want to talk about today. So, but I want to ask a question. And I want to ask it related to AI. Just answer neutrally. And if you want to give an answer, if you want to speak about it, you can just speak about it. Okay, recently, a lot of people have been engaging with AI. Even some people are scared of AI. And, some people say AI is here to take our jobs, is here to do this, is here to do that. But I want to hear your opinion. Is AI a benefit to us, or is it a disadvantage? Is it an advantage or disadvantage? But if you are choosing any, please make sure you have your answers to that or know how you're going to defend that. Is it of advantage or disadvantage? I mean, AI, artificial intelligence in general. If you want to speak, you can raise your hand, and if you would like to share that on the chat box, I would like to see more of that too. Is AI an advantage or disadvantage to us? I'm waiting to
Hello,
get our
hello,
answers.
hello, ma'am.
Oh, who's speaking? Hi.
I'm Kingdom from Zimbabwe.
Okay, you're welcome.
Thank you so much. AI is designed to replicate uh, human beings. Such a
Mm-hmm.
way is artificial, while its
Mm-hmm.
humans are biological.
Mm-hmm.
The sense that AI needs power, that's where a challenge comes. It won't protect men.
All right. Thank you, Kingdom. Thank you so much for that. Do we have any other person who wants to contribute to that? Okay, just to my own opinion, so that we won't take much time here. I think AI is not a disadvantage. It's just here to help us, because I've seen a lot on social media and talking with people recently. I know people are scared that AI is here to take away their jobs. Yes, it might not be the job as usual. Maybe you need to just transfer from doing one job to another job. But AI is not here to take your job. It's just here to assist you, make you do better, or do not do things how you have always been doing it before. Because whether we like it or not, this AI is actually programmed by human, and it still need human to regulate it to make it to work better. So I think the best thing we can do is to appreciate what AI is doing for us, making our work easier, and just try as much as possible to mitigate the risk that comes from its disadvantage. All right, thank you everyone for contributing to this. And to this section is a very interesting one. We have a topic that we'll be talking today, and it's related to digital. And the theme for this month is driving innovation and economic growth through impactful entrepreneurship. Driving innovation and economic growth through impactful entrepreneurship. So I'll be handing over to Tari now to continue. Thank you very much.
All right, Tunde, our new head of programs and strategy. Thank you so much for
Thank you.
the amazing opening remark, and for the exposure to the team, and for engaging the the participants so well. Thank you so much. And
You're
see you
welcome.
around. I know you're still with us, right?
Of course, I am with you. Thank you.
All right. All right. Welcome once again, everyone. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. We are about to have a very insightful session today on SDG 8, which is economic growth. And our theme for this roundtable series is going to be on driving innovation and economic growth through impactful entrepreneurship. We know that entrepreneurship has been the key driver of any nation's growth, to truth be told, and not just entrepreneurship, but impactful entrepreneurship. And so today we are going to be taking a deep dive into this topic to know how impactful entrepreneurship has been driving economic growth, has been driving innovation, and what we can do more to keep driving economic growth and innovation even across our communities and across the countries that we live in. So quickly, I'm going to before we dive into the topic, I'm going to be doing a quick we're going to be playing a quick game. I hope you're ready. This is like an icebreaker. It's very simple, and I need participants. So if you're willing, or if you want to answer the question from the chat box, you are also free. If you want to unmute your mic and speak, you are also free to do that. So are we ready for the quick game? Are you ready? Let me see. You can unmute your mic and speak. This is a roundtable series.
We are ready. Vincent.
Yes, we are ready.
All right. So since this conversation is SDG Roundtable series is a conversation that always happens around the SDG, and all of us who are participants here are advocates of the SDGs in one area or the other, or in one way or the other. So I want to test our knowledge on the SDGs a little bit, just a little bit. So when I call on the name of the SDG, you're going to give me the number. Is that clear? Is that clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, so
I didn't get that.
So you know,
when they call the name of the SDG,
yes, we all know that we have 17
Yes, that's
SDGs,
clear.
right? And a particular number is being assigned to each of the SDGs. Like we have the SDG 1, 2, 3 till number 17. So I'm going to call the name of the SDG, then first person to respond to me via the chat or via the voice call will be the winner. Okay? Is that understood? Should I go ahead?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, okay. So my first question will be life below water. What SDG is that? Life below water. What SDG is that? Oh, that's very correct. That's very correct. Brittany, congratulations. That's very correct. Please, can we give Victory a round of applause, please? That was very correct. Thank you, Brittany. Okay, so moving on. Are you ready for the next one?
Yes.
All right. Decent work and economic growth. What SDG is that?
10.
What?
8. 8.
8.
8. Correct. I can see that as SDG advocates, we are on top of our game. That's very good. So the last one will be peace, justice, and strong institution. What SDG is that?
16.
That's very correct. Oh my God. A round of applause to everyone that participated. Thank you so much. I'll still test the knowledge again before the program ends, so still be on your toes. But for now, thank you so much. I will be diving right into the topic of today, and I'm going to be I'm going to be sharing my screen quickly. Okay. Please, when you're able to. Oh, okay. Since I can't share screen, okay. Please, once you're able to see my screen, let me know. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yes, we can.
Yes.
All right, all right. Okay, so like I said from the beginning, the theme of this discussion that we're going to be having is driving innovation through economic growth. Driving innovation and economic growth through impactful entrepreneurship. So we're going to be having a discussion around innovation, around economic growth of any community of a country. And we're going to also be having a conversation around how these innovation and economic growth are being driven by entrepreneurship, and not just entrepreneurship, but impactful entrepreneurship. So the first question I would like to throw to the audience, and please note that everyone is a speaker on this roundtable series. So if you have an opinion, if you have a suggestion, if you have a contribution, all you have to do is signify by your hands will be up, and then I'll call upon you to give your contribution. So the very first discussion point that we're going to be having is around what you think or what comes to your mind. What comes to when you think of an impactful entrepreneur? What kind of a person comes to your mind, and why? When you think of an impactful entrepreneur, what kind of person comes to your mind and why? Do you think of who do you think of, and why do you think of that person? Or what kind of concept do you think of, or what, and why do you think of that concept when it comes to impactful entrepreneurship? So
Okay, let me try, ma'am.
All right, please go ahead.
In Zimbabwe, we have got a person called Strive Masiwa, the founder of Econet. Now he's a co-founder in the telecommunication industry. He has impacted. When we talk of impact, we are talking of numbers. We relate to the numbers. How his own initiative is reaching to the people. So many people through the country are depending on his digital, let's say, wireless network. Yeah, that's why. That's how I can take on his.
Sorry. So you mean to say when you think about impactful entrepreneur, you think about the number. Is that correct?
Yes, yeah, letting to the numbers.
The number
How
of what?
Here we are talking of the people on his initiative, which is digital network, closing the digital gap.
Okay. Thank you so much. Alidu, please go ahead and give your contributions. Alidu, your hands are up. Amiru Alidu, please go ahead. Amiru Alidu, please go ahead. Okay, so while we wait for Alidu to give his own contribution, quickly, what our last speaker tend to emphasize is that, from my understanding, Vincent, please
My hand
kindly
is,
mute your mic.
okay, thank you very much for the opportunity. When you think of an impactful entrepreneur, what in economics we call something the basic problem of the society, what to produce, how to produce, and for whom to produce. When you are thinking of impactful entrepreneurship, you must know the needs of the people. When you know the needs of the people, you will know what to deliver.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Well, thank you so much, Vincent. That was very insightful, knowing the needs of the people, because impact cannot be made if needs are not met. So needs must be met for impact to be made. That's actually a very wonderful contribution, and I really agree with Vincent. So moving on. We'll go over to the next discussion pointers. Have you ever had an idea? Have you ever had an idea that you could solve a problem in your community? I want to assume that as SDG advocates, we've been in one way or another, we've been driven. Something has one way or another driven us to do something about it. So my question is on this. If you've gone to that point of life where something has pained you or something has burdened you in your community, were you able to work on that idea? Were you not? What stopped you if you were not able to work on it? What stopped you to act on that idea? What stopped you, or what pushed you to act on it if you actually worked on the idea? I know that as SDG advocate, in one way, one area or another, in our journey, we have been driven. I personally, I have been driven. I remember when I remember in 2023, I really wanted to do something about helping students in remote areas who are having challenges in getting academic materials, like books, like pens, school bags, school shoes. I see these children just sometimes walking to school on their barefoot. Do you know how dangerous that is? Walking to school on their barefoot, some of them wearing torn uniforms. And I thought to myself, can't something be done about this? And then in a particular period, I had this idea of talking to people to donate books, to donate whatever they can donate. And then there was a project, right? So we called the Project Read, where we basically want to provide academic learning materials to school students in remote areas, just to basically help them learn better, help them perform better in the academic environment. So we were able to through the donations of generous people in the community, my friends and all of that, we're able to donate books, donate funds, and then we packaged it. We packaged everything. We went to the school. We did a little bit of academic seminar, encouraged the students to take the academic seriously, take education seriously, and then we distributed these materials for them. And it was a beautiful experience, honestly, to me. It was a beautiful experience, and it's something that I look forward to doing more often. Okay, Saifa Musa, please unmute your mic and I'll give your contribution. We'd like to hear it. Saifa Musa, you can go ahead and speak.
Okay, hello everyone. My name is not Sophie. My name is Safia Musa Ibrahim.
Okay.
Actually, let me answer this question. In the society where we live, a lot of us tend to observe what is going on around us on time. As far back as 2008, I discovered that in northern parts of Nigeria, education of a girl child is not a priority. Rather, early marriage or child marriage is what is giving a priority here. So I decided that, oh, if I become a teacher, I'll definitely do something. And since far back 2007, I made up my mind. Then I became an educator. And the first impact I could make in the community was to go into the community, educate the parents, meet them one-on-one, and tell them the need to let their girls to go to school. And since then, I've impacted so many. Since then, I've been able to kind of transform a lot of girls. A lot of parents could not allow their children to go to school, mostly because of poverty. And when I discovered that, I dived into it and I decided to support them financially, at least to see through secondary education. And today, I have impacted more than 28 to 32 girls because currently I still have 28 has graduated, has finished secondary school, and I still have like 4 more I'm seeing through by next year, and I'll continue to do more. And that is what I discovered in my early life that I will do to my community, to my society, and I've started doing nothing stop me, and I'll continue to do so. And I have the same belief that if so many of us discover something going on in the community or in the society, when you find yourself, when you discover it, when you make up your mind, you work towards it, you definitely succeed, you achieve it. Thank you.
Sophia, that's amazing. That is amazing. Thank you so much for sharing your journey with us. I would like to relate the story you gave and the contribution that Vincent gave earlier, which he said impactful entrepreneurship is meeting a need. And that is exactly what your story has enlightened more. You know, you saw a need and then you didn't just sit and fold your hands. You took action and then now you have made impact in the life of so many number of girls and even more to come in the future. And from how you shared your journey, I can tell that there is still more. The vision is very big for you. The vision is very big, and there are still more things that you have in mind to do. And my prayer is that you keep going in this spirit, and very soon, nations will hear of your impact. So don't stop, Saifa. Don't stop. Keep going. Keep making impact. Keep making impact. Keep making impact. Wonderful.
Thank you. Thank
All
you.
right. All
My
right. So
name is
I feel like now I have an idea on the first question when they said when you think of an impacting entrepreneur, what kind of person comes to your mind? I can now boldly say that Saifa is an example of someone that has done impactful entrepreneurship. Well done, Saifa. Well
Sorry,
done.
my name is Sophia, not Saifa.
Safia,
Sophia.
I'm so sorry. Safia, is that correct? Safia.
Yes, yes,
Okay,
yes.
thank you. Thank you so much for the
Yes.
correction. All right, so that's been amazing. That's been amazing. So moving on quickly, the next discussion pointers I want us to look into is this. What kind of help do you think young entrepreneurs really need to succeed? You know that um in our society today, a lot of the persons that are driving innovation, that are, going into entrepreneurship fearlessly are youths, are young people. They are young people like you and I, like Safia, like me, like Yetunde. We are young, and because we are young, there might be sort of limitations, And so, but I want to hear from you because you yourselves are entrepreneurs as well, and you are young as well. So I want to know, in your own opinion, what do you think young entrepreneurs really need to succeed? Is it money? Is it mentorship? Is it what do you think Safia, what do you think that young entrepreneurs need? I want to start this discussion with you because I really, really enjoyed your journey. So can you please tell us what in your own opinion, what do you think young entrepreneurs really need to succeed in their journey of entrepreneurship?
Okay, thank you for having me once again. As a youth, the first thing I think you need to have is a passion. You cannot just dive into or become an entrepreneur on a particular section that is not your dream, that is not you are not passionate about. You go in for something that you are passionate about, and you need to discover what is the need of that. When you are passionate about that particular thing, then is it important? Is it relevant to your community or to the people you want to affect? Does that relevant to them? Yes. By the time you think of all this, then you can now dive into it. And of course, finance is also important. But first of all, you must have that passion
Yeah.
for the particular thing you want to go for. Have the passion for it and see the need, how important it is. Then before you can dive into it, before you can talk about the financial aspect of it. Thank you.
Oh, Safia. Did I pronounce that correctly?
Yes, that is my name.
Safia, thank you. I totally agree with you because without the passion, without the
Yes,
passion, every other thing might not work or might be
yes,
misused. Yeah,
yes,
because if you don't have the passion and you begin to face limitation, you will give up.
yes,
You will just give up. If you don't have the passion and if you don't have the passion, you can't even see opportunities for you to leverage on. Yeah, you can't see opportunity. So passion is like the birthplace where every other thing can strive, where money can strive, mentorship can strive, training can strive. So I can see that Etrod, you want to contribute. Please go ahead.
Okay, thank you, Tari. So what I wanted to say is, as young people or as young entrepreneurs, away from financial support, which is very important, I also believe that young people need spaces to flourish, spaces where they can learn, spaces where they can try things, spaces where they can fail, and then they can rise again. And of course, this goes together with mentorship. And if we are able to get where we can try out things, then it means that we get the motivation to know that it's not wrong to fail, it's not wrong to start and to restart and to start again. So by the end of the day, if we are able to get such opportunities, then it not only builds us financially, but equally emotionally and physically, because you realize that the young people who've really managed to be financially stable, but emotionally they are not. And so by the end of the day, they either end up losing their lives. So in that, we didn't really manage to get the impact we wanted, or by other times, they end up supporting so many other young people to grow, but themselves they don't have that the psychological or the psychological motion that can enable them to protect themselves. So that's when we get issues where somebody has committed suicide or somebody is just not able to cope with the challenges, but on the other hand they are really trying to support others. So on my end, I think that's very important. Back to you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Eltrude. That's a very beautiful contribution. Young people need spaces to fail, to learn, to be supported. That's beautiful. In our midst here, our head of programs and strategy at ADM Africa happens to be someone who works with young entrepreneurs a lot. She happens to be a career coach, and so in our line of work, she has really, really interacted with youth and youth entrepreneurs. So here today, please, we really need your contribution on this subject matter. If you don't mind, please can you share what you think in your journey working with entrepreneurs, young entrepreneurs for that matter, your journey of working with them. What do you think that we or young entrepreneurs really need? Is it money to succeed? Is it money? Is it entrepreneurship? Is it mentorship? Is it training? What do you think we really need to succeed?
All right, thank you so much, Tari. And without missing word, I think young entrepreneurs need everything that is outlined here, but everything has a process. It has a way it has to go. So as an entrepreneur, you have to start with an idea. Okay, I have an idea of starting a business or doing this kind of business or bringing in an innovation. But before you can do that, you also need money. You need mentorship. You need people who have been doing this before now, who can guide you through. People can tell you how to manage your money. People can tell you how to do your business, how to get money into your business. And I always tell people that training is more like learning. When we learn more about the processes of what we are doing, and it helps us a lot. It helps us a lot because it gives us guide on what to do and how to do them. So as much as you need money, as much as you need mentorship, as much as you need training, everything is really involved, but it has to do with the process of you doing it. And this is about innovation, bringing innovative ideas to the community and thinking of how to make it to work in that community. Yes, all of us have a lot of ideas, but yes, everything that is outlined there is very, very essential. We need money to do a business. That's why we seek for grants. We get money from people, family and friends to start a business. And mentorship, I don't joke with that because yes, there are a lot of people who have done this business before you and they are ready to guide you on how to do it. Even if it is paid, you can't get everything for free actually. If this is a paid service, you can also try to do that. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Yetunde. Oh, Yetunde just kind of summarized everything the two earlier speakers have talked about. She said you need everything. You need money, you need mentorship, you need training, you need the passion, you need an idea. Yeah, that's a valid contribution she put. She said you need an idea to even start with. So thank you so much, Yetunde. We're going to go to the next discussion pointer. And for this, so we've talked about what young people need. So now the next question will be, how can young people build businesses that grow the economy and make life better for others at the same time? So it's one thing to build a business, right, as a young person, as an entrepreneur. Then it's another thing for whatever you're building to either better people or make others worse, right? But there are some projects that do not really help the community. They don't really, it just benefits you as say the visioneer or the CEO. And then it doesn't benefit any other person around, doesn't benefit the community. There are some oil and gas companies that will go to communities and mount their is it called oil drill or something? So their drill, they mount it there, and then the community where they are, benefiting from, sometimes they don't get to benefit anything. It's kind of like a common thing here in Nigeria. But that does not mean there are not other companies that are doing better. Of course they are. But then there are also some that do not really do what they ought to do in the aspect of CSR, that's corporate social responsibility. So, but we are bringing this home to us as young entrepreneurs. How can we build businesses that can grow the economy and make life better for others at the same time? At the same time. Is there anyone who would like to okay. Vitality Youth Network, please go ahead and
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, good evening, everyone. Sorry I joined late. I
No.
missed the time earlier. Yeah. So like You see, as we from the let me just take it from the previous questions. It all starts with creativity and innovation. Anyway, so like in the case of this, if you want to build a business to benefit the community you are making the business, so you first have to, you as an entrepreneur, try to understand the community, what the community need. We have something sometimes we call scanning. So which in some of entrepreneurship we call scanning. You have to do scanning in such a way you are going to the community. You have to engage the community. Perhaps through this can be through observations based on let's say everyone asking questions. Then you try to identify the community need. Yes, so that's the first thing you have to do. After identifying it, yes. So after you have identified the community need, what else are you going to do? Then now you have to try to understand what have been the means people have been solving this problem. Yes, perhaps there are other means they have been using to solve the problem, but that is not effective. Then you think of something very innovative and you think it can be sustainable, which you think if you perhaps let me say, okay, this is what they have been doing, but now still this problem is still yet to be combated. So I have to come up with something innovative, something very creative, in which when I say it, then the community will like the idea, and again they will buy. Okay, the community will buy the idea and they will gain benefit at the end of the day. It's not just for you to like bring the users. Now, okay, now you have identified, then you just say, oh, this is what I'm going to do. So this only if this is what the community need, then I have to bring this for them. But have you tried to ask yourself in the first place? Have you tried to ask yourself what have been the means of solving the problem? So that's the next thing. If you ask, then you have known these have been the means, but this has not been effective. Then you have to come with something very innovative, very creative, which you think if you engage in that, at the end of the day, you'll be solving the problem. And again, community also will benefit from it. I think by so doing, you can solve the problem and also get the community satisfied. Thank you.
Exactly. Beautiful. I think I need to give you a round of applause because your contribution was very apt, totally on point, because one as an entrepreneur or an innovator, you cannot build a business that betters the life of others if you do not engage the community members, if you do not engage the people that are surrounding your business, right? So that baseline assessment, needs assessment, identifying what they need, like you said in your words, scanning, like you scan, but I'll call it baseline assessment or needs assessment. You do that and then you engage it. Then you go further to identify what. Now that after doing the needs assessment, you've known that okay, this is the problem. Then you go even further to identify exactly what has been used to solve this problem that is still making the problem persistent. What are the old ways they've been using to solve this problem? And then you now go further again to be innovative enough to bring something more sustainable and something that can actually solve the problem. So thank you so much, Vitality Youth Network, for that wonderful contribution. Does anybody have any other contribution you want to add to this discussion point? I would really love to hear from you. Does any other person? I don't see a hand. Oh, okay, let me check. Let me check the comment section. All right. Okay. Okay, so Kingdom says we use a strategic approach with dual objective. Okay, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Cynthia says locate a problem, look for a solution, collaborate with like minds, get exposed, be determined, and seek for stakeholders for financial support. Exactly. And not just for not just seeking stakeholders for financial support, but also seeking their ideas. Because if you are solving a problem and the ideas or the contributions of the beneficiaries are not included, your solution might not be really accepted, or even if they accept it, it might not be sustainable because there is no ownership, right? So involving stakeholders in your in project initiation, planning, execution, and every other thing, involving stakeholders will make them own it. So even when you're not there after the project has been executed, the project the idea or the solution can be sustained because there is ownership involved. So thank you so much, Cynthia. Thank you, Vitality Youth Network, and every other person that has contributed towards the discussion pointer. It was amazing hearing a beautiful ideas. So we are moving over to the next discussion pointer very quickly. So the next one is what are some simple ways we can encourage more young people to build businesses that tackle social and environmental challenges? What are simple ways? I feel like the previous question, as the answers that were brought for the previous questions has already in a way addressed this as well, because when you talk about involving stakeholders in your implementation plan, when you talk about doing its assessment, when you talk about basically involving stakeholder, you've actually built a business or built a solution that tackle a need that tackles social and environmental challenges. So right about now, moving quickly to the next question, which is on this. Do you know any business in your area that's not just about profit, but also helping people or the planet? I'm very sure in our journey of being SDG advocate, doing impactful projects in our community, we have come up. For one, I have not basically physically, but I've even read about some very amazing projects online. So I really want to hear from you. Do you know any business or enterprise or project, that is not just about profit? Okay, please go ahead.
All right, thank you. So let me just, this one is, I have to take my organization as just an example for this.
Wow.
Currently, so there's this project currently we are working on, although it's just this is the first phase. What we do, we engage the community people to cultivate the land based on different plantation or product that they want to grow. We, organization, what we do, we are responsible to provide all the resources for them, what they need to do the cultivation. So if, let's say, this year we want to engage in groundnut farming, then we have to produce, we have to bring the seeds, we have to bring all resources needed. The only thing the community, because we are making it like it is, they owns it, we have to give them the ownership so they can get more involved or more engaged in the work. So they are providing the labor aspect. So what happens when we harvest? After the harvesting, the community members have also their representative. The organization is responsible to search for a market that can be more, that can be bring more profit after the sales. So we engage in searching the market as well. After that, then we engage with the community. Now, this is the product we have so far. This is what we have harvested. We need people to join with few members of the organization, then they engage in the sales. After the sales, we have our agreement of 40% of the profits. So this just this is really innovative anyway, because what happened, this was built on the this was built on the idea that a majority of people living in Sierra Leone within the rural communities, they lack access to certain health care. So there is this issue of health inequality, especially when you go to the rural areas. So as a means, we are also responsible to open account for them. When we do the sales, we put their profit to their bank account. Then if this money will be there in case of any health emergency, these are the money they utilize to solve the problem, to solve the issue. So it's like a profit based, and it's like a non-profit anyway. It's just like it is just you can say it is an entrepreneurship in some way. It's just like social entrepreneurship. Let me just take it so. So this how we do, and for the past years, because last year we started, and this just the first phase. So we are able to make a huge amount of profit anyway. So like the community are really happy with that, with the idea. Now that they have fund already in their account, they are always ready. If they now know that, yes, even if there is an emergency case of any member within that specific community, and they don't have that immediate fund to like help the individual to regain his well-being, then they will use the money. So when they use the money, at the end of the day, when the person is well, then they will also he or she also have the responsibility to pay back the money, because this money is there only for emergency health needs. And if there is any outbreak, also they can use fund like that. So that is just, I think, one example of how you could make something, a business, be a profit and also non-profit. It can be profit and non-profit way. So I think this is just one example of what you are exactly asking about. Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. So because of time, we are going to move quickly to the next discussion point. But that's a beautiful work that Vitality Youth Network is doing. And it's similar to the Vitality Youth Network is a particular organization. Oh God, I can't really remember their name right now, but it's an organization that I read about in one of my case study. So please, if I talk about this organization, I know you know of them, please, you can freely remind me of the name. So this organization, we did a case study on them in one of a program I was enrolled in. And so this organization is a shoe making organization. In fact, it started out of the desire to not to see children from poor homes walking on barefoot. And so this man, one day, he was just driving past with his friend, and then he saw children that were walking on barefoot, and he was like, there has to be something done. And then that was how the whole business was birthed. So he went to the shoe manufacturing business, and the idea of the business was that once anybody buys a pair of shoe, one free pair of shoe is being given to a needy in one community. And I was like, wow. So for example, me, Tyree Robinson, I use let's say 5,000 to buy a pair of shoe. It means that that 5,000 is actually for two pairs of shoe. One for myself, then the other one is going to a child that is in that doesn't have a shoe, maybe in one remote community. Then at the end of the quarter, or the end of I think it's biannually, they gather all these shoes and then they go and distribute them, and then it was amazing, and it was really inspiring. And so that was something that was so special about that enterprise that I really loved. And there are more of them out there. And we as student advocates, I know that we are working in that line. And I look forward to hearing more stories like that, of youth vitality network story being read online and being used as case study. Who knows? Who knows if youth vitality networks work will be used as case study one day? Maybe one day I might be in Harvard. I might be in Harvard doing a course, and then youth vitality networks journey has been used as a case study. I'm like, oh wow, I know these guys. They were there. They were doing this. So I look forward to reading more of your works on case study project. All right. So moving on quickly. So how can schools, families, or communities do a better job of supporting creative and purpose-driven entrepreneurs? We know that sometimes when we start, when the idea is always kind of rough at the beginning, and so we might not get as much support as we need. Sometimes the idea might be unaccepted. Sometimes people might think, oh, you're just playing. What kind of idea do you have and stuff like that? So how can schools, families, community, what do you think? You that has been on the road, on the journey before, what do you think that people around you, maybe a personnel or maybe a school or family, can do better to support the creative work that you're doing, the purpose-driven work that you are doing? Safia, please go ahead and speak. Safia, you have the floor.
Yeah, thank you for having me once more. Actually, I love to talk about this topic because I'm an educator, so I know much about school. Let me start with the school because the question is talking about how we can kind of encourage skills in our school and family and the rest. But let me talk about school first. In Nigeria, let me be particular because I don't know much about other countries in Africa, but in Nigeria in particular, our education is based on theory. It's not practical. We are not, in fact, we in our school, we concentrate more on, we concentrate our education more on theoretical parts, nothing like practical. So, and education is supposed to be based on teaching and training at the same time. That means you teach theory and then you also teach practical. But that is not the case in Nigeria. So we centered everything around theory. You can see some of us are in secondary school, in primary school, where we are offering computer science. There are no computer for students to even lay their hands on. Some of them don't even know what is what is keyboard. They don't know what is mouse. They don't even know any part of computer, yet we are offering computer in primary and secondary school. It's a big thing. Skill learning, skill acquisition is supposed to be complete in both primary and secondary school before getting to the higher institution. But that is not the case here in our country. Until we identify that and we start practicing, doing it right, that is when I think it will be better for all of us. And in the family as well, you find out that when a child is in school and maybe is interested in learning some skills, going for tailoring or going for mechanic and all those laying of ties and the rest. Before now, parents will not allow their child to go. They will not support them. My son student is in the school. No need for him or her to go and learn any other skills outside schooling. And that has been another problem, another is setback for us in Nigeria. Education and skill acquisition supposed to go hands in hand. They're supposed to go together for us to be successful. Because there's this platform I normally follow. You see a Chinese child of maybe 5 years is already coupling furniture. Is already knowing how to cultivate learn how to do different kinds of farming at that early stage. So look at us in Nigeria. We don't do that. Some of them manipulate the computer like what? Here in Nigeria, that is not the case. So until we identify this in our primary, secondary, then up to the higher institution, that is when we'll do it right. And until the parents begin to support their children or their wards to go for skill acquisition, then even though they are in the school, that is when we also do things right. And until the community as a whole identify this and begin to join hands together to support skills acquisition for sustainability, all around sustainability, I think that is when we will do it right. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Safia, for that beautiful contribution. I totally agree with you. There has to be more practical based teaching method being infused into our curriculum and into our educational system in Africa, most especially. Olufunke, do you want to add something?
Yes, good evening, everyone.
Please go ahead. Good evening, welcome.
Yes, the last speaker has said so much, but I just want to add this. I will also be particular about schools because I'm also an educator. That entrepreneurial skills, we should first do something. We should look at our students and identify their skills. You know, in some schools, they categorize them without looking at their skills. They don't look at the area where those children are good. And we don't really have much of that, even in our country. Most people that I know, despite the fact that they are professionals, they are using their skill to make money. You can imagine, I have a friend who is a medical doctor, and at the same time, he has a salon where she makes money. So I think it will be very good and it will be very, very okay for us to identify our students and even our children at home. Let's identify what they know how to do best. For example, a child that knows how to farm, you can encourage that child to join the entrepreneurial skill that has to do with farming. Whereas the one that knows that is always looking out that is always having these project-based hands-on activities, you can put that kind of child in art and crafts. So by the time these children are well placed, they will develop better in their entrepreneurial skills, and it will go a long way to help them become a young entrepreneur. Then we should also encourage people to start saving. We should encourage our students to start saving. Get them piggy banks as young as they are so that they can keep their money in it. They will know the essence of having money, saving money to do something. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So I would like to read a few comments from the comment section. Cynthia says supportive parents should start getting a journal for their children, a place where they can write down their innovative thoughts and gradually build on it. That's a beautiful contribution, Cynthia. Thank you so much. From everything that every speaker has contributed on this discussion pointer so far, I could derive that a lot of the work is being placed on the educational sector because that's like the foundation of everything. When a child is being born, after the formative years at home, the next phase is the educational sector that kind of engages that child and introduces that child to the social sector. And so more weight is now upon the family sector in quotes and the educational sector. And from everything we've said, there has to be a lot of intentionality. You know, there's no intentionality for now, but like the example that Safia gave, there are other schools in other part of the world, like China, USA, where you could tell that the educational system, there is a lot of intention that is there, right? I'm just thankful whenever conversation like this comes up. I'm thankful for people like Safia, like people like Olufunke, who are educators, who are having these discussions as well. I'm thankful that we have people like these that will tomorrow go back and infuse these things into the educational sector. And from Olufunke, from Safia, will have more people that will even carry the vision. So thank you so much, everyone, for those beautiful contributions. The conversation has been very interesting so far, and we'll be moving on to the next discussion point. So this one is quite interesting. If you had all the support that you needed, so I'm particularly projecting this question, I think, to Olufunke. Olufunke, are you with me? Olufunke, are you still with me?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so I want to quickly ask, if you had all the support that you needed, what kind of business would you start, or what impact would you want it to have? If you have all the support, let us begin to imagine. Just try and imagine that all the limitations before you are not there, and you have all the support that you have. What kind of business would you start, and what impact would you want that business to have?
Yes, as an educator, I've already taken my part. I love children, I love imparting, I love touching lives. So, going into business, which I'm already in, what I would like to do is what will make the next future generation to be better. That is, I'm a school owner. I have children in my school, and in my school, I have some children I had put on scholarship.
Wow.
Reason being that some of them cannot afford the school, and some of their parents graduated recently, and they were so happy. They came, they were kneeling down, they were doing all that. I just said, "Oh, glory back to God." So, what has been my intention is to touch lives. You know, when you touch lives, you are happy. The satisfaction is there. Even if you don't have all the money in the world, when you add joy to people's life and you make people comfortable, you are also, in one way or the other, making your life better, because it is what goes around comes around. So, in my own little way, I would say I love affecting the environment. I love adding color to people's life. I like touching lives. I love to be around children, and that is exactly what I'm doing. And that is what I'll continue to do. God helping me. Thank you.
Wow, wonderful. Olufunke, thank you so much for all that you are doing. Yeah, it's moved me to tear a little bit. But I could imagine the faces of the parents that your work has impacted. Thank you so much. It is people like you we need more on the earth. Thank you. Thank you so much, everyone, for the beautiful contributions so far. We are coming to the end of this discussions. And so quickly to wrap up this discussion we've had so far, we will be taking two questions. So if you like to ask a question, please this is the best time for you to do so. You can use the comment section, or you could just unmute your signify by raising up your hand. Then I'll give you the opportunity to unmute your mic and speak to us. Are there any questions? Maybe further contribution? Maybe there's something you wanted to say from the beginning or at the middle of our conversation, but for one reason or the other, you were not given the opportunity. You could still add it up. Okay. Miss Yetunde, please go ahead.
Okay, thank you everyone for joining this section. And yes, that's been an interesting one, listening to everyone's idea, input into this program. So I just have a little contribution, just like I have said before now. Um, every entrepreneurship, every innovation, every business starts from an idea. And I think an idea starts from you identifying problems in your community and willing to create solutions to them. And I feel like this is the moment where we see a need to do all this now, because before now we don't see it as something that is is our responsibility, because we expect the government to do our bad roads, we expect the government to do this, we expect our parents to do all that. But right now, since it is everybody's responsibility, now we now have the sense of, oh, I need to make a positive change in my community so that I can be able to benefit from the good things that comes from it. So as we are innovating, it should always bring more benefit to the community, and that is what we are basically talking about today. So as much as we are innovating, as much as we are using technology to improve a lot of things, we also need to make sure that it is creating positive impact in our community, whether financially, morally, educationally. And again, as our speakers have said, when it comes to education, all all everyone knows about just reading books, papers, but now there's a lot of creativity that is coming out of innovations. I'm seeing a lot of things that I'm really really happy. Back then I always hear about improvising, when you need to use a funnel, but now you can use a bottle that is cut in half to as a funnel. So instead of you getting a new funnel, you use that as a funnel, just so that you won't waste plastic or go and buy some other funnel outside. But you can improvise with all that. So it's about making use of things that are in your environment. As much as you're ensuring the SDG goals are in everything you do, you're also making sure that your environment is okay while you are always in a good well-being also. So this is a call for everyone. We should continue innovating. Our ideas are always valid in as much as it is bringing positive impact to the community. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Yetunde. At this junction, we are going to be calling on Mr. We're going to be calling on Mr. Femi, our head of development, outreach, and advocacy in ADEV Africa, to come on and give us some recommendations and some key action areas that we can go home with and look into and implement in our line of work as SDG advocate and as young entrepreneurs. Please, Mr. Femi, you can have the floor. Mr. Femi, are you with us? Okay, seems like Mr. Femi is currently not on the call, but so far the key action areas that I could deduce from everything that was discussed so far in this session is a lot, but I'm just going to give you like 3 or thereabouts. So one striking thing that I would say for me, it's a key area that I would implement or use moving forward in my line of work, is an aspect of infusing more practical aspect of learning into the educational sector, more intentional and practical aspect, not just reading theory, but then real work, something that the kids can use their hands to do, building, crafting, creating, cutting, sewing, something very practical, which will help them become more intrusive, more creative, more innovative. And so, yeah, that is one key area. And then the second, there was something very striking that um, Safia mentioned, which is about having passion. So as young entrepreneurs, we should make sure that our ideas are born not only from the area of making profit, but also in the area of passion, so that this, in a way, will guide us in how we'll build our businesses, how we build our social enterprises, so that we're not solely focusing on profit, but also how our businesses are, as the businesses are making profit for us, they are also making life better for people around us. So yeah, that is the second thing I really picked out, which is the key metrics that, moving on, I would use in my line of work. So does any other person have, I want to give room for one more person to add one recommendation, either one recommendation or one key area, key action point that you have taken home from the discussion we have had today. Is there anyone like that? Is there anyone? Okay, let me check the comments. Okay. Okay. All right. So Ms. Yetunde, please, would you like to give one key recommendation from all we've discussed today? Maybe we can use that as a point for closure.
All right, thank you so much, Terry. And yes, let's keep innovating, just as I've said before now, because as the world evolves now, it requires everyone's idea, everyone's coming together to create solutions to problems. We have a lot of problems in Africa, in the world at large. But the best thing we can do right now is to come together, create solutions. I mean, impactful solutions that can make the community, our surrounding, better. And I feel like when the environment, when the community is good and healthy, it's conducive for every one of us, then everyone will be happy. So let's keep innovating. Let's keep making our community a better one. And yes, this is everyone's responsibility. This is not about you or the government or organization or schools alone. This is everyone. That's to involve with the parents, teachers, everyone that is 1K, bankers, farmers. It is involved every one of us. So let's take charge. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you so much, Yetunde. Thank you. We've heard what Yetunde has said. Let's go on and keep doing the work that we do, the beautiful work that we are doing. Let's keep doing that. Let's keep the spirit up. So I want to thank everyone for joining this session. But before we go, I would like to, I would like to have, I'd like to take a very quick pictures. I know that most of us here would like to go out and share our knowledge on maybe social media, and you want to have an evidence. You want to tell people that I was in this meeting room. So this is the time where we'll take a photo. So please kindly, if you want to, but you should. I highly recommend you should. Or open your video so that we can take a quick picture for the gram. If you like, you can open your cameras. I'll wait for a little longer for everyone to open their cameras. And make sure your phone is being positioned well. You know, I want to see your faces, your beautiful, bright faces. Wow, I'm seeing a lot of Mr. Mukama. I can see your face. Hello. It's so good to see everyone's face. Oh my God, Lauren, how are you? Oh wow, Lady Sunday, how are you? Okay. Are we all ready? All right, so I'm taking the pictures now. Okay. All right, one more. The last one. Okay. Oh my God, Brittany, you look so beautiful. All right, guys, thank you so much. Thank you so much. It has been a wonderful time hearing from you guys. So I'll be handing over the session to Charlene. Charlene, please kindly come on board and take the session.
Wow. Thank you so much, Terry, for taking us through that beautiful discussion. It was quite insightful. You really helped us to do some deep reflection on some of the ideas that we want to do. So we would like to take the opportunity to say thank you. And also a big thank you to the fellows who have stayed till the end. We really appreciate you staying and being part of the discussion. Those who have shared their insights, their ideas. You have made this discussion very vibrant. So we appreciate that. And just to re-echo some of the words that were shared, we have to take charge. I think it was Yetunde who shared that. We have to be in position to take charge, to be able to create ideas, to be the youth that we've always wanted to be, to take on ideas, to solve issues within our continent. Many of us want to jump up, but the truth is we have opportunities here. We have an opportunity to change our continent. So with that being said, I just want to appreciate you all fellows for being part of this discussion. Also, I'd like to encourage you, please connect with each other, amongst each other. We should have announced this earlier so that you share your LinkedIn links in the comments. But that could be also something that you can do in your respective groups. Please connect, get to know the different work that you're doing, because this is where you're going to do most of the networking within the program. So yeah, with that being said, I would like to wrap up. Our time is fast spent. Thank you very much. We appreciate you. And yeah, for now, I'll close the meeting. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Charlene. Thank you so much, Yetunde. Thank you so much, Brittany, Vitality Youth Network. It was really a great time.
Bye-bye.
Thank you so much, Pauline. I can see you, Pauline. Thank you so much, everyone. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye, everyone.